Hey guys, let's have a look at the movie review of the recently released film Superman. Superman stars David Cornswet as the new Clark Kent slash Superman, wherein his portrayal kicks off the new era for the iconic superhero, wherein the actor takes on the patent from the darker depiction of Superman by Henry Cavill. The film begins with the incorporation of John Williams' celebrated musical score, as the composers of the new film ingeniously blend the irreplaceable melody of Williams with a mixture of their own musical meticulousness, as the opening musical notes bases us for the brand new journey of the Superman universe. The introductory initials of the film are henceforth laid forth with a familiar yet to be more precise and identical flavor of Williams's famous and fabulous tunes, as this new era of the DC films commences with the motion picture banner of DC Studios, wherein the monumental music playing in the background is mashed up and sprinkled with a salt of freshness while keeping intact its fondness from the bygone era, all of it subtly and splendidly lays forth the opening curtains of the film. The film's primary footage is complemented with some credential notifications, when without giving away too much, I would just say that it has been quite some time now since Superman has announced himself to the world that fate brought him to all those years ago. Now, I must say that James Gunn has crafted a perfect story for this pristine journey of this courageous and charismatic character, wherein Superman, who is considered as an ultimate symbol of compassion and righteousness, faces a great deal of trials and tribulations, wherein the evil intended forces are hell bent on splashing dirt on his character and existence. Now, the film here is almost a perfect baggage of emotions, thrills, the latter of which we witness through those amazing action sequences involving Superman and his arch rivals, wherein the film perfectly blends these elements with the sweet spices of humor and passion. Speaking of passion, I must mention the chemistry of the leading on screen pair of the film, which is absolutely spot on and pitch perfect between these two front faces of the film, which to say that they quite commendably carry forward the weight of the expectations that were riding on them, wherein they give us a memorable pair to cherish with as an audience. Talking about visual effects of the film, I must say that the VFX artists have done a compelling job of bringing James Gunn's vision to life, where in some particular scenes, like Superman laser beaming a clustered set of threats surrounding him and in narrowly escaping the clutches of the black hole, are just fabulous and jaw-dropping to witness. Talking about the individual performances here of the film's cast, I must say that Eddie Gathegi does a tremendous job here of bringing soul to the skillfulness of Mr. Terrific, as he uses his brains and bots to aid Superman on tackling the thorns that won't leave a single stone unturned on crushing Superman's image and dismantling him from his throne of trust and regard. Mr. Terrific is wonderfully supported here by his colleagues and companions, wherein Nathan Fillion and Isabella Merced stupendously step into the shoes of Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, respectively. The film's leads also perfectly play their individual parts, but it is the performance of Nicholas Hoult that stands out for me, as he is marvelously menacing and merciless in the ruthless robes of Lex Luthor. There are some ingenious elements here in the writing of the film script, like how the film's antagonist manages to connect the incomplete dots in order to frame Superman and destroy his reputation and self esteem. One of the other major elements that really strike me to the core were how Superman manages to escape the cunning clutches of the antagonist, wherein his revival from rats to redemption is done in such an incredible way that it makes your heart rise and soar. Now, I would particularly like to praise the direction of James Gunn here, as he captivatingly carries forward his legacy that he so ceremoniously cemented in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, when he continues his tremendous form with this engaging and a highly enjoyable cinematic experience. There's a certain drawback that I felt in the film, which was that it gets too loud at times and it is not able to capture a sense of a serene and a calm soothingness, along with its thrilling aspect, which some movies like Batman Begins or Doctor Strange so incredibly does, when to me personally everything felt like it is done at a maximum volume, where it fails to incorporate into itself a sense of some warmth that could have been brought to table through some poetic phrases of wisdom that work so well for the superhero genre. The film also falls short of the remarkability of the original first two Superman movies, starring Christopher Reeve, when it no way comes close to replicating the commendable storytelling of those two epics, when this one relies heavily onto loud breaks and bangs to create an impact, while the original for me stood out for its simplistic styling and an enchanting emotional depth. I'm going with 3.5 out of 5 for Superman. If the protagonist came to Earth despite his Kryptonian birth, for his planet was eventually reduced to debris and dirt, whereas the climate changed to a sudden mistrust, for Superman must soar, as he is the savior that must not rust. The Kryptonian who serves and saves with the selfless notion. Hey guys, if you like my video, you can click on the like and share button, and you can also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss up on these types of videos. Let's come together and celebrate the magic of movies.